Hi guys, welcome to the channel. So let me run you over some of the modifications that we've done just to get this lighter. The motor plate is got a hole in the center, 50% lighter. Nothing changed in the battery tray department, and with a 2200 tucked in the nose there, we get a nice CG, yeah, hanging lovely. 1375 grams. Now this is compared to a 15 to 1650 gram machine, so that is quite a difference. What else is new? We've moved the tail to the correct position, the fin I should say. But I did lower it by 15 millimeters because it was just for me too tall. So true scale is really up to the eye of the beholder. What else? We have a smaller, lighter, and that's very important in this build, tail motor mount. Basically the bare essentials, yeah. It's just enough to hold the tail on with 3 screws, the tail motor I should say. The tail is so designed that it pops in so tightly, goes up to about here with its little flange, that no glue is required. And with that in mind, it is in fact held down. Sorry, the flange is this way. Yes, the flange is this way. It's held on essentially with this one particular screw here, but it is so tight that is absolutely perfect. This screw is just to hold the rest of the fin on and just to combine all of this together. You could save another 50 grams if you printed the hood that's got no windows in it. There's a few versions that I've included. 1375 grams. We're basically 175 grams above a stock Bell 206, and this is almost visually twice as large. Not quite, but it's not to scale to the Bell. It's to scale to the distance between this and that. So whatever this lands up as, that's its scale. But it's still a 450 in that respect. I printed this, as I say, in ABS, which is 20% lighter throughout, but a little bit softer. And when I say softer, I mean maybe 5% softer, you know. But with this new brace inside here, that you can fit after you've done everything, even if when all this is, well, you just take the electronics out, but you slide the lip into here, and then you lock it into place, and you push it down while you drop some glue in there, and you can glue the rear side through the exhaust port. We've got our top brace there, of course, very important. And now, let's not make this video too long. When I hold this tight, and I hold that tight, and I try and twist it here, all the flex that was going on here is completely eliminated. And that translates to a quieter tail fin. It doesn't want to vibrate anymore. Now that is not actually a problem in PLA, because PLA is stiffer. So I think that PLA just managed to keep this tight enough. But if you've printed in PLA, I would highly recommend fitting that brace. So I think with all that in mind, yeah, I think let's go fly. Right, let's pop on the hood, and then I think we'll take it to the sky. Where are we sitting? Okay, let's give her a spin. Yeah, bo, indeed. Put it down nicely somewhere. And here we go, guys. And it's 1, 2, 3 and run. And here we go. Let's try GPS. There we have it. Looks nicely locked. Back to Atty. Looks good. So far, still going to take it easy. Not going to do anything drastic. Just going to fly gently. Got my finger on the motor kill switch, just in case we have any kind of doomsday event. And I'm going to change my lighting angle slightly, my position, so I can actually see the colors nicely. But the tail does look very solid. So this is hands-free Atty, by the way. So into GPS, because the sun is basically in front of me. So just want to get those colors popping nicely. And everything looks good so far. Indeed. Back to Atty. And let's have a bit of a fly around. Nothing major. Nothing major. I've got a bit less space here because I'm standing in the middle of the field. Standing in fact exactly in the middle of the field. Not going to try anything fancy. Just want to bring her home after a flight. So let's pop her into GPS mode quickly. And here we go. The GPS. I don't want to get too close because I've had some bad luck with this machine. And so I'm just 5 meters away, ready with the kill switch and ready to duck. But so far looks good. I don't see any vibrations in the landing gear whatsoever. Visually don't see anything in the tail. So whatever I did there with that brace B, the yellow one, seems to have worked into Atty. And that's hands-free Atty. The breezes are from all over the place today. A bit left, a bit right. So I'm not going to crank it until I've proven that this thing is happening. and I have a bit more confidence, although my white one flew like an absolute champ, so I don't know what I'm all worried about. So on the 2200 at this weight you should get just on 8 minutes if you set your LiPo alarm to 3.6 volts, then that should be quite doable. I'm standing in the middle of the field today because the sun is right in front of me, but I do want that nice orange to be present. I might, if this flies properly, I might paint the blade tips orange as well. So back into GPS. There we go. We've been flying 6 minutes exactly, and into Atty. The tail is fairly quiet actually. I mean, it is there. It is there, but it's not screaming. It's not screaming. So there we have it, guys. It seems that that brace B, the yellow one, finally resolved any inherent vibrations. Slightly to the right, obviously, you know, that's normal, but not much. It's just maybe 2-3 degrees. Back into Atty. I got the head speed at 75%. I think that's where it's exactly happy for this machine. No windows on the sides, just for the cooling. So a lot of work has gone into this redesign. The essence is the same, but I've moved the tail to the correct position. So I think all in all, she's a runner now, finally. I'm not going to go nuts yet. Just going to make sure that everything is rock solid. Back to GPS there quickly. So far so good. And into Atty. Guys, I think we've got a winner here. So there we go, just in time. Just in time. Let's land her. And I'll do the roundup video. Here we go. Uh, 9 minutes actually on this battery. Very nice.